Welcome. We bring you Japan's latest news every day. AI sums up what matters, so you can stay informed in English in just a few minutes. If you find it helpful, please like and subscribe. Emperor attends Japan Academy of the Arts Award ceremony. The Japan Academy of the Arts Award ceremony, which honors individuals who have made outstanding achievements in the arts, was held this morning on June 6 at the Japan Academy of the Arts Hall in Ueno, Tokyo. His Majesty the Emperor was in attendance. This prestigious award recognizes the accomplishments of leading artists working across various artistic disciplines including painting, sculpture, music, and literature, and is presented annually. This year, award recipients representing each field received their honors. His Majesty met with the recipients and expressed his thoughts on the development of Japanese artistic and cultural endeavors. Going forward, it is anticipated that cultural exchange both domestically and internationally will continue to advance through the fusion of Japan's traditional culture and contemporary arts. Popular red panda Futa celebrates 23rd birthday. Offspring now number 80 in Chiba. Futa, a red panda at Chiba City Zoo, celebrated her 23rd birthday on the 5th. In human years, she is over 100 years old. Futa has gained nationwide popularity for her distinctive posture of standing upright on her hind legs with her back straight. On her birthday, many fans visited the zoo to celebrate the occasion. Futa has produced numerous offspring, with the number reaching 80. Given that red pandas have an average lifespan of around 10 years, Futa's longevity is remarkable. She is expected to remain a beloved symbol of the zoo and continue to be cherished by many people for years to come. Osaka's face of the Expo, Myakumyaku makes its debut in Dotonbori. A monument of Myakumyaku, the official character of the Osaka Kansai Expo, has been installed in Dotonbori, one of Osaka's most iconic tourist destinations. Having welcomed visitors as the Expo's image character, Myakumyaku will now reach even more people through its permanent display in Dotonbori. The monument, characterized by its unique facial expression and vibrant colors, has drawn considerable attention from visiting tourists and has become a popular spot for commemorative photos on a daily basis. Having become a beloved character among locals as well, Myakumyaku is poised to continue captivating many visitors as Osaka's newest landmark. Hayabusa 2 approaches asteroid Trifne as JAXA announces observation results. Japan's space probe Hayabusa 2 has conducted close-range observations of the asteroid Trifne. The Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, or JAXA, held a press conference this afternoon at 4 p.m. to announce the results of those observations. Following its successful sample collection from asteroid Ryugu in 2019, Hayabusa 2 has now undertaken a new mission to approach Trifne. The latest observations have yielded scientifically valuable information, including detailed images of the asteroid's surface and gravitational field measurement data. According to JAXA's announcement, this data is expected to provide important clues for understanding the origin and evolution of our solar system. Going forward, detailed analysis of the collected data will continue, and further discoveries are anticipated. Tokyo dancer Guzerev Akira wins gold at prestigious Moscow International Ballet Competition. The winners of the prestigious Moscow International Ballet Competition have been announced. Akira Guzerev, originally from Tokyo, has won the gold medal in the men's senior solo division. The Moscow International Ballet Competition is recognized as one of the world's most prestigious ballet competitions, serving as a stage where excellent ballet dancers compete in technical skill and artistic expression. Guzerev's achievement is being recognized as a significant accomplishment for Japan's ballet world. Hayabusa 2 approaches asteroid Trifune, successfully passes by JAXA. Japan's space probe Hayabusa 2 conducted a flyby on the afternoon of the 5th, passing extremely close to the asteroid Trifune at a speed of approximately 18 km per second. According to observations by JAXA, the passage was completed safely as scheduled. Hayabusa 2 had previously collected samples from the asteroid Ryugu 6 years ago and delivered them to Earth, after which it continued its flight toward its next target asteroid. The close approach to Trifune is expected to yield more detailed data about the probe's trajectory and the characteristics of the asteroid. Hayabusa 2 will continue to carry out its important mission toward unlocking the mysteries of space. Prime Minister Takaichi indicates willingness to attend focused budget deliberations and party leaders' debate if Parliament requests. Amid ruling and opposition party tensions in the Diet, Prime Minister Takaichi met with Matsuyama, the chairman of the Liberal Democratic Party's House of Councillors members, and indicated her willingness to actively attend focused budget committee deliberations and party leaders' debates that the opposition parties have been requesting, should Parliament call for them. Prime Minister Takaichi recognizes the necessity of providing thorough explanations and responding appropriately in the Diet, and is emphasizing her stance of dialogue with the opposition. Based on the meeting details, Matsuyama intends to work on coordination between the ruling and opposition parties. The Prime Minister has indicated her intention to continue making responsible responses in the Diet and ensuring transparency. Constitutional Democratic Party leader Mizuoka repeatedly criticizes Imperial House law revision as ambush tactics. Constitutional Democratic Party leader Mizuoka is leveling harsh criticism at the proposed revisions to the Imperial House law aimed at securing the number of Imperial family members. Leader Mizuoka points out that provisions regarding cases where adopted members of former Imperial families give birth to sons, granting them Imperial succession rights, have not been subject to sufficient discussion among the various political parties and factions. He is strongly denouncing the inclusion of such crucial provisions without consensus among the factions as ambush tactics. With the Imperial House law revision being a matter of fundamental national importance, opposition parties are calling for thorough explanations and adequate deliberation. Record tax revenue achieved, but Chief Cabinet Secretary prioritizes market confidence over consumption tax cuts. Chief Cabinet Secretary Kahara acknowledged at today's press conference that tax revenues have reached record highs, while taking a cautious stance on policy considerations including consumption tax reductions. The Chief Cabinet Secretary stated, "It is true that tax revenues have reached record levels, but the overall budget compilation involves various fiscal demands," emphasizing the need to consider the overall fiscal situation rather than engage in simplistic tax increase discussions. Regarding deliberations on consumption tax cuts targeting food items and other products, the Chief Cabinet Secretary made clear that securing market confidence is the top priority, reaffirming the government's policy of placing emphasis on maintaining government bond credibility and fiscal sustainability. Long-term interest rates rise to 2.83%, highest level in nearly 29 years. In the bond market on the 6th, long-term interest rates climbed to 2.83%, reaching their highest level in approximately 29 years. The increase was driven by intensified selling of government bonds. Market participants are increasingly concerned about accelerating inflation going forward, while worries have also emerged regarding the government's fiscal management. These factors are believed to have prompted investors to sell bonds more aggressively. The rise in interest rates could potentially spread to mortgage rates and corporate borrowing rates, raising concerns about increased financial burdens on households and businesses. Market participants are closely monitoring future monetary policy and economic trends. Stock prices decline slightly as selling pressure mounts on AI and semiconductor stocks. The Nikkei average fell modestly on Monday, the 6th, in the Tokyo stock market. While many stocks received buying orders across the broader market, selling pressure concentrated on AI and semiconductor-related stocks, sectors with significant market influence, acted as a drag on prices. These stocks may have faced profit-taking sales following recent gains, and investors appear to have grown more cautious amid concerns about the market's outlook. Experts point to the need to closely monitor upcoming economic indicators and corporate earnings announcements, with market movements continuing to draw investor attention. Rice Price Outlook Index falls to lowest level since 2014. The rice industry expects prices to continue declining, with last month's forward-looking index for rice prices over the next 3 months falling for a second consecutive month. The index has now dropped to the same level as the record low set in 2014. This is occurring as rice demand continues to decline while supply increases due to expanded planting areas. Agricultural workers are expressing concerns that their operations will become financially unsustainable. Going forward, government support measures and efforts to stimulate demand are seen as critical issues. South Korea launches Soccer Innovation Committee, following World Cup group stage elimination. South Korea's government has established a Soccer Innovation Committee following the country's group stage elimination at the World Cup in North and Central America. The committee has been set up to drive reforms within the Soccer Association and strengthen the national team. Identifying the causes behind the domestic poor performance and developing countermeasures have become urgent priorities. In South Korea, there has been criticism over the lack of transparency in the selection process for the national team coach, and calls for a systemic overhaul have intensified. The Innovation Committee plans to undertake comprehensive reforms, including improving transparency in coaching selections and enhancing development systems. Attention is now focused on whether the committee's recommendations will serve as a crucial turning point in revitalizing South Korean soccer. Chinese military conducts test launch of submarine-based strategic missile over Pacific international waters. The Chinese Navy conducted a test launch of a ballistic missile from a strategic nuclear-powered submarine over international waters in the Pacific on the afternoon of the 6th, shortly after 1 p.m. A single strategic missile equipped with a training warhead was fired, with the projectile landing in international waters. China had previously notified the Japanese government of its plans to conduct the ballistic missile launch. The test firing is viewed as part of China's efforts to strengthen its naval capabilities. The Japanese government will continue to monitor the situation, examining whether the test raises any concerns under international law and what impact it may have on regional security. White House report criticizes Smithsonian Museum as radical. The White House has released a report claiming that the Smithsonian Institution in Washington is dominated by radical ideology. The report points out that the museum's exhibits are politically biased. American media outlets report that the Trump administration is calling for exhibits that conform to a patriotic view of history. The Smithsonian Institution is a flagship American cultural institution visited by many citizens. This criticism reflects deepening political divisions in the United States over how American culture and history are interpreted. China conducts missile test launch in Pacific shortly after Australia and Fiji sign alliance treaty. China announced on the 6th that it conducted a test firing a ballistic missile carrying a simulated warhead from a submarine toward the Pacific Ocean. Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong, visiting the Pacific island nation of Fiji, criticized China for destabilizing the Pacific region during remarks to reporters in the capital Suva. She added that the test was conducted in the context of China's rapid military buildup, and said it lacks the transparency and reassurance regarding intentions that the region expects. For its part, China described the military exercise as part of its annual military training schedule, according to Chinese state media, and said it was not targeted at any specific country or target. Australian Defence Minister Richard Marles said at a press conference on the 6th that China had notified the country of the missile test just hours before it was conducted. He expressed serious concern about any action that undermines the stability, peace and security of the Pacific. According to reports, governments in the Indo-Pacific region, including New Zealand, Japan and Papua New Guinea, were informed by Chinese authorities that the Chinese military intended to conduct naval exercises on the 6th. FIFA suspends Balogun's match ban ahead of 2026 World Cup round of 16. American forward Folarin Balogun received a red card in the round of 32 match between the United States and Bosnia and Herzegovina at the 2026 North American World Cup, resulting in a one-match suspension. However, FIFA announced on the 5th that it would suspend the punishment for 1 year. The decision came after U.S. President Donald Trump reportedly intervened to reconsider the ban. This allows Balogun to play in the round of 16 match against Belgium on the 6th, or the 7th in Japan Standard Time. Balogun has scored 3 goals so far in the tournament, making him the U.S. team's leading scorer. He received the straight red card for a foul against Bosnia and Herzegovina defender Tariq Maharemovic in the match held in San Francisco, California on the 1st, Japan Standard Time on the 2nd. The United States won that match 2-0. Balogun was automatically given a one-match suspension. However, FIFA announced on the 5th that it would suspend this punishment for 1 year. FIFA cited its regulation allowing for suspended punishments as the basis, but did not explain other reasons for its decision. President Trump expressed gratitude on his social media platform, Truth Social, for FIFA correcting a major injustice. According to CBS News, which partners with the BBC in the United States, Trump reportedly called FIFA President Gianni Infantino on the 2nd regarding Balogun's suspension. The Belgian Royal Football Association, RBFA, stated it was surprised by FIFA's decision and indicated it is considering all options in response.